it's Tamara, your dating and relationship coach at TrueConnection. Here is something I have to do in my personal dating life all the time, and it's, oh my gosh, people are so invasive. But they don't realize they're doing it. So they come right out before we've even met. Where do you work? What town do you work in? Where do your children go to school? What area of town do you live in? Oh, do you live in this neighborhood, this neighborhood? I'm not answering any of these questions. Okay, so I've got to deflect this method of questioning every single time. You cannot tell people any of this stuff, okay? You don't want them showing up at your house, following you home, showing up at my children's school. You can't really tell anyone any of these things for a while. You can say, I live in this area of my state. I live in this town. If it's a big, if there's a million people in your town, just say I live in Chicago, Detroit, LA, DC, right? That's fine. You don't need to say your neighborhood or the street or anything like that. You can say your career without giving away what building, facility, or what, specific place you work in. You can give the company name if it's huge. I work at AT&T. Okay, well, that's a zillion buildings. That's safe to say. You just don't want to narrow it down too much so they can find you. Definitely don't want to answer things like where your children go to school. And, I just laugh it off and I say, I'll be happy to answer that later on, or it's a little too soon for that. I make light of it. But when they keep on with that specific line of questioning, that there's something fishy going on. What town do you work in? Okay, not answered that. And then they go to, well, where do you live? And then I don't answer that, and they keep going. That's very suspicious. You really need to really take a closer look at the person then when maybe they don't have great social skills, or maybe they're not very perceptive, but they also just might be pushing you to see what they can get out of you. And do you really want someone that's not going to respect you and wants to push you? So some of these questions are innocent, and that's why I laugh it off, because usually people catch on and go, oh, okay, just tell me about your work. Of course people want to know about your work, hear about your career, what you love about your job, your career goals, things like that. You want to answer all those things, but not any specifics. Yeah. If they want to send me flowers, that's great. They can wait until we've dated for a while. Then I'll tell them where I work.